I don't think anybody wants to be the least or be unsuccessful in a group. We all want to be the first and not the last, to be outstanding among our peers. But wishing is not enough. You must be intentional about being a high performer. Like the saying goes, if you fail to plan, you have invariably planned to fail. So wishing without being intentional and having practical steps will not make you the best in your business, school, or career. Are you wondering who is a high performer? I'll explain that with an example. The person that takes first position or gets the highest grade in a class is a high performer. The most needed person in your office or the most paid person in your office is a high performer. The highest seller in your business area is equally a high performer. Watch till the end of this video to get facts and practical steps on how to identify a high performer and how to be a high performer in your business, career, or school. Hello beautiful people, my name is Priscilla. Welcome to my YouTube channel called Priscilla Empire. Here we'll talk about health, business, real estate, agriculture, and overall personal development. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, on the notification bell, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Please equally use the share button, copy the link and post in other social media platforms. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. This popular proverb best describe our topic today. In this video, I'll share with you practical steps on how to identify and be a high performer in your business, in your career, or in school. A high performer is that extremely valuable, not easily replaceable, and the most important person in your office or area. High performers are known to deliver excellent results. High performers are known to deliver excellent work and results. Measuring a high performer in a group, it is done using constant parameters and not variables. Constant parameters like family background, exposure, opportunities and privileges, financial, social, and cultural class, and equally level of education. For example, you can't measure me, my humble self, with Dangote's daughter. So that's not how to measure a high performer, no. Because we have different family background, we have different level of education and exposure and privilege. A typical example used in measuring a high performer, of knowing a high performer, is in a classroom. Yes, a classroom of maybe 30 or 50 students, having the same teachers or lecturers, having the same study materials, having the same study environment, and the same examination. That's a typical example of how to measure a high performer. The person with the highest grade and that takes the first position or with the highest grade is the one considered a high performer, because in that classroom they are exposed to the same exact constant parameters, though with a little variables of maybe family background, but they are exposed to the same teachers, the same study materials. Let me explain the performance chart, how to measure using a scale of 1 to 10. Like in 1, you have the poor performer. The poor performer is in 1, in the scale of 1 to 10 is in 1. Then you have the mediocre or the average performer in 5. Then you have the high performer at 10, the peak performer at 10. Though there is a range how you can measure a poor performer, for maybe from 1 to 3, then from 4, 5, 6 you measure an average performer, and from 7, 8, 9 and 10 you measure a high performer, and at 10 you measure a peak performer at 10. So that's the scale of how to measure a performance chart, of how to measure how good somebody is in a particular situation. If you check the way schools and scores are graded, you have from the scale of 1 to 10, you have 1, 2, 3 as a poor performer, you have 4, 5, 6 as an average performer, then you have 7, 8, 9, and 10 as a high performer. Put yourself in that scale, weigh yourself out in your business, how far you are doing, how good you are doing, to know if you're a high performer, if you're an average performer, if you're a poor performer. If you are getting values from this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, on the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and most importantly, please copy the link, share in other social media. Practical steps to be a high performer. 1 is focus. A high performer is focused, intentional, not just passionate, but obsessed with his or her plans. Yes, a high performer is obsessed, not just a high performer is not just passionate, but obsessed. He's restless when he's not pursuing his or her dream. Like, the person can lose sleep and be restless while pursuing their goals. They work towards their goal with determination, resilience, and being strategic. They are strategic by having their maybe 10 years plan breaking down to yearly targets, monthly and daily plans. Yes, they don't just dream, they dream. No, they don't daydream. They plan, they work towards their plan. They plan and they work towards their plan. If it's a 10 years or 5 years plan, they will have yearly plans to achieve that. They will have monthly plans and they will have daily plans towards that goal. They are not distracted, they are always focused on their aim. Another quality of a high performer is that they work in their core areas. Yes, they work in their core areas. They work in their core areas. They do what they have natural love and skills to do. Natural talent. For you to be a high performer, you must be a high performer in something that you derive joy, that gives you happiness, that you have the capacity to do. Example is, if you don't have the mental strength to talk for long hours, that means you don't have any business being a communicator, being a teacher, being a marketer. So you don't have any business with this, being a communicator, teacher, if you don't have mental strength to talk for long hours, because obviously what they do in those particular area is talking for long hours. So if you don't have any of the skills in the area, the path you are following, if you don't have natural capacity to do them, you're obviously looking for trouble and wasting your time in that area. High performers are known to play to their strengths. They do things that they love. They do things that they are comfortable to do. They do things that give them happiness. The third practical step is execute and optimize wisely. Yes, a high performer execute their plans wisely, strategically. Yes, and they optimize all the opportunities and resources within their capacity. Yes, they utilize every opportunity at a maximum level. Yes, they use every opportunity and resources within them. They use every opportunity and resources they have wisely to get maximum results. The fourth step of being a high performer is review and evaluation. Yes, a high performer always review and evaluate their progress. Yes, they don't do things without checkmating so far their progress. Yes, a high performer is known to always check their tracks. Yes, you always check your track. If you want to be a high performer, you know, you have to be focused, you have to play to your strengths, you have to execute and optimize your opportunities you have. Then you have to review, monitor and measure your progress. Find out where you are having relapse, where you are not doing very well. You try to work and re-strategize on doing better. That's another step that is vital to being a high performer. Yes, you always review your work and evaluate to know where to put more effort, where to do better, and where to tone down and where to do better. A recap of so far, I've tried to explain who a high performer is. A high performer is the another name for a high performer is the best in your class, the person with the highest grade in your class, the person that take the first position. Another high performer is the highest seller of a product you are selling in the market. Finally, maybe a disadvantage of being a high performer is that a high performer, because they are good at what they do, they are not too needy, and they are not people pleasers. They don't please people. Yes, they don't live their life to please people. They don't please people. They do things that first suit them. I'm not saying that they are self-sufficient. No, high performers are not because they play to their specific strengths. They might be good in maybe a particular area and not good in another particular area. But a high performer is not needy. If a high performer needs somebody in another sector, they trade. They trade what they have with what you can offer them. Yes, they trade. So a high performer are not needy, neither are they sufficient. They are not superhumans, they are just normal humans. But instead of being at the mercy of others, they trade what they have to get what they want. So that's the a pattern of a high performer. Ask yourself if you want to be a high performer, or if you want to be a poor performer, or if you want to be a mediocre or average performer. So ask yourself that question. And you know that if you want to be a high performer, you must have subscribed to this YouTube channel. You must have shared to your friends. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, on the notification bell, and always share. If you got value from this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, on the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. I have 2 videos down now. One is on pre-diabetic that can occur in your 20s and 30s, and the other one is hypertension as a silent killer. These are vital informations for you. Please click on any of them to watch. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.